Hey guys, I'm back! So I know you just saw me with my haters video, which kinda sucked. I do apologize for that one. I also apologize for this hairdo. I had a perm last night and it kind of went everywhere and I've been trying to control it, but hasn't worked, so it ended up being this. So anyway, Shooting Star. My first reaction when I heard New York wasn't in it was, really? This sucks. I'm not watching this episode. This is ridiculous. And I knew I would regret that newbies rant because honestly, the newbies last night, I don't get how you could hate any one of them. They were brilliant, every single one of them. I mean, I was sitting there watching and throughout the whole thing I was like, yes, that was an Easter bunny I got in my Easter bag. So anyway, Shooting Star, it was phenomenal. It was like, not unlike anything people have ever seen on television. And for all you people who were hating on it because your ship wasn't in it, or your ship was kind of pushed out, and there was different, better storylines to think about, seek help. Now, do you honestly think that people in shootings are worried about, who am I gonna date next? Oh, maybe I should call, my ex, and no, they're worried about their life, living. Now, I agree it would have been amazing to see a little Finchel, Klain action up in there, but they weren't there. And the people that were there were amazing. They were just so... I don't understand how you can have respect for the cast that they have now after that episode. I mean, this episode was... It was amazing. That's the only adjective I can even think of. It was so well put together and so well written. I loved how they didn't have songs during the shooting because that would have kind of not been realistic, and I love how it was intense and dramatic, and a lot of people were hating on it because they were saying it was too soon after the Newtown shooting, but I feel like it brought a new vision to what shootings are really like. I mean, people just think, oh, it was a shooting, so a guy came in there with a gun, but they don't think of the terror that these kids are put through, and I think Glee did an amazing job of showing that. And Heather Morris's acting, I'm just slow clapping it out. Slow clapping. Her and Cord Overstreet deserve honorable mentions on the acting scale, because holy, they were so good. It was like, if I see another person say Heather Morris can't act, I'm gonna die, because holy cow, it was amazing. The only thing that I did kind of want to see happen is us meeting Ryder's text girlfriend, Katie, and us and Sue, it not being Sue's gun and it not be Becky. Although that storyline is very realistic and Becky was under a lot of pressure, and I kind of would have rather have seen, this is gonna sound awful, like a real shooter, no one getting hurt, but a real shooter in there somewhere. The songs were great. I mean, I just bought all of them on iTunes and I can't stop listening to them. They were perfect. Say, I was really worried about it because I was like, oh, I want the original cast to do this, but they really impressed me and it was really amazing. Honestly, it was one of the best Glee episodes this season. The best, probably. The best episode this season, because you didn't have to worry about your ship. You didn't have to worry about... You didn't... I'm still in awe over this episode. Give me a minute. Glee has always made me want to accept myself and feel better about myself, but they took an episode and made me realize how amazing life is and how much we can't take we can't take life for granted because we only got one life, and you have to tell people how you feel and make people realize that they're not alone, and you have to be committed to life or it's pointless. The whole point of the episode wasn't about a shooting. It was about saying what you need to say before all of a sudden it's too late to say what you want to. And that is brilliant. The writers are brilliant. It was amazing. And if you want to see your ships in this sort of situation, create a fan fiction or a Tumblr photo set. You don't need to complain to the writers about it. That's ridiculous. I was really impressed that the cast could capture my attention so quickly, and I had tears coming down my face after almost every scene in the entire episode. And about Shu and Beast, my first reaction was, this is disgusting, they've completely ruined her character, this is awful, ew. But now that I think about it, when you're around someone like that and they're there for you and they're your first kiss, at one point you're going to be in love with them, unless, of course, doesn't mean anything to you, but most of the time it does. It's kind of like Kurt and Blaine, Kurt's first kiss was Blaine. Well, it was Karofsky, but that'll ruin my example. It was Blaine, and that means something. You fall in love with someone who you feel loves you back. Now, anyway, the episode was amazing. It was great. It was emotional and perfect, and if Glee would take episodes like that and make an entire season of episodes like that, not with shootings or violence or anything, but meaningful episodes like season 1, 2, and some of 3, yeah, and make them meaningful, then I think Glee could win awards again, and they could be right back up there with every other TV show that's on television. This has been another Glee review. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you next week. Don't stop believing. Next week. I don't sing.
It feels like a perfect night to dress up like hipsters and make fun of our exes.